Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I thought I would share with you my TBR for the rest of the year. So these are some books I want to get read by the end of 2024. I have 7 books here, but some of them are part of series, and there's one coming out that I do really want to get as well. And obviously I don't have that here because it's not out yet. So yeah, anyway, that's basically what's going to happen. Let's get into it. So one of the books I want to finish by the end of this year is this one, and it's part of a series. It's Girls in Love by Jacqueline Wilson. I used to love these books when I was younger, and the reason I bought these was because Jacqueline Wilson is writing a new book called Think Again, I believe, and that is an adult book based on the same characters from these. So she's writing a book for the adults that used to read her books when they was teenagers, which I think is a really nice thing to do. So I'm going to reread all of these just so I can go on then to read Think Again, which is also another book that I do want to finish by the end of this year. If I remember rightly, this follows 3 girls and it's their journey through school basically. They do different things in the different books. And then the one she's writing now is the same girls, but I think they're 40. And it's them navigating adulthood, which I think is a really interesting concept because, like I say, I read these as a teenager and I would love to see what the characters are doing now as adults. And that was the whole idea of writing Think Again. So I've got that one on pre-order. I do want to read these first. So that's book 1. Book 2 is this one. Again, it's part of a series, and it is the Inheritance Game series by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. I haven't read any of these yet, but I've heard really, really good things about them. I believe they're games that happen. I've heard it's sort of like the Hunger Games, but I've never read those either, so I can't really have an opinion on that. But I have heard they're really good. I do have all 4 of these, so once I've read this one, I'll probably then go on to read the rest of the series. But yeah, I think this one's going to be really interesting. I do like this sort of book. I do have to be in the mood for it, if that makes sense. So I'm just waiting until I'm in the right mood to read these. But I think I'm going to really enjoy them when I do. So that's book 2. Book 3 on my TBR list for the rest of 2024 is this book, and it is Kennedy Ryan's Before I Let Go. It's about a divorced couple that are still working together, and I think it's a second chance romance type situation. I did buy the second one in the series from the works about 2 weeks ago, and I'm really looking forward to getting to these because, again, I've heard a lot of good things online. And yeah, I love a good romance now and again. So basically, I'd quite like to read this one by the end of the year. I think this one will be a nice little cozy read for when it starts getting colder outside, so I might save it for then. But I'll see what happens. So for book 4, this is one you've probably seen in my holiday book haul if you've seen that already. And it is one I'm really looking forward to. And it is Wicked by Gregory Maguire. And like I said in my holiday vlog, I love the stage show. I've seen the stage show in London. I love all things musical theatre, so I'm really, really looking forward to reading this. The film does come out in October too, so I'm hoping to get it read before then. And it basically follows, if you know the story of the Wizard of Oz, it basically follows Elphaba, who is the Wicked Witch of the West. And it's her story and why she became the Wicked Witch of the West, basically. And I like the story. I know I like the story because I've seen the stage show. But I'd just like to read the book because sometimes I think there's more detail in the books. So, yeah, there's that one. The next one is one I have on my Kindle, Demon Copperhead by Barbara Kingsolver. And I believe it's a modern day retelling of David Copperfield. I've heard some really good things about it online. I want to get into classics a bit more, so it'd be nice to sort of ease myself in that way. That's why I've decided to read that one. But yeah, I'm going to give that one a go, see what that one's like. Then the next book is one I have had on my shelf for the longest time. but I just don't pick it up for some reason, and I really need to because I think I'll really enjoy it when I do pick it up. And that is The Book Thief by Marcus Zuzak. And this one is historical, I believe. It's set in the war. Yeah, 1939. Yeah, it says on the back it's set in 1939. And it's about a little girl in the war. I do like historical fiction, so I think I'm going to enjoy this. But again, I have to be in the right sort of mood to read them. So I'm just waiting to be in the right mood for this one again. And it is quite chunky. There's quite a few pages in there, so it's quite a daunting one, to be honest. But I do really want to read it. I've heard it's quite sad, but I've also heard that it's really, really good. So I'm hoping to pick this one up really soon. And hopefully I'm going to love it. But we'll see. The next book that I have over here is, again, one that's been on my shelf for a really long time. I bought the whole series and I've not even picked up one single book yet. And that is Shatter Me by Tahara Mafi. I think that's how you say it. I want to start this series by the end of the year. Again, heard so many things about it online. It's a dystopian fantasy, I believe. But yeah, it's really popular on TikTok. It's really popular on YouTube, and loads of people are saying it's brilliant. So I really want to get into it. I mean, what I've heard of it, it sounds quite interesting. It says on the back that she's held captive, locked in a cell, but she's no ordinary teenager. One touch from her can kill. So I think she's going to have powers. I think it's going to be quite interesting. So I'm looking forward to starting this one. Quite excited for them. I feel like it's one of them series, once I start, I'm not going to want to stop. So hopefully I'll get to them soon. We'll see. This is another series I've been meaning to get to for a really long time, and that is the Throne of Glass series. I know there's different ways you can read this, but I'm definitely going to start with Assassin's Blade. And I think I'm going to really like them because I did like the Akatar series towards the end. So really looking forward to them. I think it's in the same world as Akatar too, so that's going to be really good. But yeah, it's that one. And then the last book that I want to read before the end of the year is also another one on my Kindle, and that is Once Upon a Broken Heart. Again, heard many, many good things about it online. I read Caraval at the start of the year, really loved it, and I love the character of Jax, and it follows Jax's story a bit, I believe. So I'm really, really looking forward to that one. Caraval is one of the books that got me into fantasy a bit more, so I'm hoping that the Once Upon a Broken Heart series lives up to that. But yeah, looking forward to that one too. Hopefully it's going to be good. I have heard good things, so I think I'll like it. But yeah, they are the books that I want to read by the end of 2024. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any book recommendations, please let me know in the comments because I do love getting book recommendations and I'm always up for buying new books. Thank you for watching. If you did enjoy the video, please like, comment and subscribe underneath, and I will see you all again next week.